The name's Hencher. Brendan Hencher. But the sign on the door says Overqualified Henchman. Private Eye. Some people might say that's confusing, what with being two separate job titles. But I'm the sort of guy who doesn't care about clear and easily parsed branding. Because I'm hard-boiled. Like an egg. Maybe that's why the most scrambled cases end up at my door. I should have known it was trouble the minute it got dropped off. It had lines and 90-degree angles all the way around. Like a crate. It was also made of cardboard and had a hollow middle. Basically, I'm saying it was a crate. But that crate was also a mallet, and that mallet was a murder weapon. I suppose it made sense. After all, I was looking at the Loot Crate for August 2016. Theme: Antihero. I had to admit, it was a pretty smart trick. Loot Crate like that, you could sneak in just about anywhere. Turn it inside out and bam! Some sucker's potato gets mashed. Lumpy style. I hated lumpy mashed potatoes. If you wanted lumps, why mash them in the first place? Didn't make any sense. But sometimes the world didn't make any sense. I had similar issues with chunky peanut butter, but that was getting off topic. The point was that it was clever. Maybe too clever. After all, to turn the Loot Crate inside out, you'd have to dump the contents somewhere. The Flatfoots didn't find anything at the scene of the crime, but this is one gumshoe who wasn't afraid to go digging through the trash for some treasure, which might have been a metaphor for the whole subscription box model, come to think of it. Or is that getting too real? Didn't take long before I found this campaign shirt for Sterling Archer. I knew Archer by reputation. Smug, self-serving, almost unbelievably unprofessional. He'd make a good politician. The shirt was nice, too. Paid for with mommy's money, no doubt. But it was the riding he was nominated in that gave me pause. The danger zone. It could have meant anywhere in the city, but then I saw the pin. After all, what was the most dangerous zone of all? It had to be the world of Warcraft. Last I'd heard, Sylvanas Windrunner was an up-and-coming ranger in Silvermoon, but I guess nobody stays clean in this world. Warcraft wasn't my usual beat. But the DLC on the pin got me in for 30 days, and all 6 expansions. Once I was in, it was all Lich King this and Forsaken that. I couldn't make heads or tails. Luckily, I knew a guy who specialized in that mystical mumbo-jumbo. He went by a lot of names, including the Right Hand of Doom. Sure, it was a little pretentious, but with a myth like that, I figured he could call himself whatever he wanted. This wasn't the real thing, of course. That would be weird. Why would I have some other guy's hand? Put the coins in there. Or take him out the bottom. I gave him a call and forked over the loot. But all he could give me was a name. Bill. I guess that's what you get when you pay in pocket change. I did some asking around. Turned out this Bill guy had made an enemy of the wrong lady. By the time I found him, all that was left was a pair of socks. Yellow with a black stripe. And a lot of red stains I didn't think were from ketchup. Seemed like a bad way to go. But that's what you get when you're crazy enough to mess with a bride on her wedding day. That meant Bill was a dead end, literally. And all I had to show for my investigation was some dirty laundry. Again, literally. I ran the pieces over in my mind. Scorned women, gratuitous violence, heavily branded merchandise. Suddenly it hit me, like a mallet. There's only one perp who matched the MO. Harleen Quinzel, better known as Harley Quinn. In retrospect, finding a miniature sculpture of her by the crime scene probably should have been a tip-off sooner. It was a good likeness, and the speech bubble was a whiteboard where you could leave whatever message you wanted. But me, I didn't have anything to say. The Harley Quinn was definitely above my pay grade. These weren't even sponsored videos, I hadn't seen a dime. I'd solved the case of the Antihero Crate, and that's as far as it was gonna go. Forget it, kid. It's crate down.